plays.
I don't see this.
And they're
one too
even
often.
positioned directly across each other too.
Yeah, this is not one of the leads you see more often with the team. I think it offers like kind of bad positioning against Salamence, but like if it sees the Xerneas just has to leave right away.
Anyway, we see with this matchup, we see Paul's Groudon transforming first, and so
Groudon,
which may indicate that it is the max speed timid Groudon here.
We do see Paul having like no HP investment, so yeah, it's another reason to think.
He doesn't know that. Alec doesn't know that.
That's why I'm making sure to say quiet like.
And Alex draws Groudon and bringing the Salamence an excellent lead against Groudon because resist all its moves, and even has a rock move. Intimidate will.
I was a little bit worried we would see Paul's Groudon switch into his own Salamence, but
Alec going for the Talon play for the Tailwind. So does Paul.
Oh, is this going to be a Precipice? Oh, Earth Power.
Earth Power.
I forgot Paul is running a timid Groudon.
So Alec gets a good first turn change of position here, bringing that Salamence there.
Yeah, the thing about this team switching against Salamence, there's no flying resist. Salamence definitely wants the Hyper Voice here. It's always very costly to switch in, and even though Paul has both these Pokemon at -1, I don't even know if it makes sense to switch, and we're not going to see him deciding to switch anything.
Yeah, back here, we can see, you might see a double target onto that Groudon here.
If Alex Talon, I was going to say, if Alex Talonflame popped a Quick Guard there, it'd be hard for Paul to get on much damage that turn.
Paul going for the Braver with the Talonflame, almost bringing it for another hit to take it out. It's like Alex goes up for targeting down the Talonflame, might take down. No, Talonflame goes down. It's not very defensive at all.
I wonder what we're going to see come in here. If it was a Salamence, yeah, the Salamence is going to be not only, well, they both have the Tailwind up, but Paul's will have to protect and Mega Evolve for a turn if it wants to be truly safe here.
Yeah.
Even then, it's a speed tie.
Yeah, of course, our viewers, we all know the non-Mega Salamence is 20 points slower than Mega Salamence here. So, as you mentioned, Paul is at a speed disadvantage here. He will have to protect the Mega Evolve. He's going to overcome that, and even then, he still gets speed ties.
Use Talonflame swap into Xerneas, considering Talonflame was at -1. Mega Salamence Groudon, both Pokemon known for their high defensive stats. I'd like that switch.
Not a bad Alex knows that Salamence is very likely to protect, but no, Altura is very brave. Does not very good for from the ball there, reading the switch. And that might put it in a range of a double edge.
Oh, the Xerneas? Yeah, since Paul Schwa's Salamence doesn't have any drops on it, I would definitely have to say so. Oh, maybe. If Alec has much bulk at all, I think the Xerneas could take it. It's a kind of risky play for Paul to make.
So, Alex really hoping for an opportunity to set the Geomancy perhaps.
Not hanging on from the double edge.
Put it in a good position to KO. Take it out.
Which Groudon's going to go first?
Press this blade. So we know it's not a KO there. Oh no!
Because the Groudon was only at like half.
Sorry.
It took a Hyper Voice.
That's right. Sorry, I was thinking of full health for some reason. I'm obviously not watching that part of the screen.
So does Paul have another Pokemon on the back? Xerneas. Oh, this one still isn't over though. Alex Groudon doesn't have any attack drops. Talonflame can Braver the Salamence if it takes that out.
So we're down to 2-2. And as you said, Alec is in a good position to take out either Salamence or the Xerneas with a boosted Flare Blitz from that Sun.
I think there's a bit of mind games here. I think Alec has a slight advantage, and depending on who this Braver targets, I think the game is definitely getting decided
take
here.
Take out the Salamence. So, Paul could go for a Geomancy here, but that's probably not as bad.
With enough Precipice misses, Actually,
might be
only
like
one. Ooh.
Nope, going for the Geomancy there.
But if a single press, if Alec hits his move here, the Talonflame's just gonna snipe the Xerneas to finish it off next turn.
Yeah.
Might even see him do something consistent like a Fire Punch.
Talonflame is Talonflame burns a 2-hit KO on most Xerneas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Groudon uses Fire Punch, consistent damage, Sun boosted. That there's nothing Paul can do here to stop Talonflame from taking it out. And we see the forfeit message there. So we're going on to game two here. Are we going to see Justin in leads, right? Will we actually see a non-mirror lead here, or are we going to see a different set of mirrors?
Talonflame Salamence, like I'm a little bit surprised both of them did that. I've hardly considered that for the mirror. I think Groudon has potential, but like Talonflame is the lead. Yeah, I guess you lead it with some of the other Pokemon.
I mean, these players have been playing dozens of hours in this. They probably analyzed this particular matchup over and over again, because what else can you do? There's nobody else to face for that.
I think part of what a lot of people that were using similar teams themselves today were worried about playing the mirror. It's just not very fun to play. There's a lot of straight up guessing games, but if you only have to play it in finals and the team gets you to finals, who cares?
It is really hard to find it. Until now, it's probably really difficult to find an optimal lead matchup for this type of mirror, but maybe Alec and Paul have figured out.
Yeah, obviously some of the best players in the region. Paul Ming is at second finals in a row. AMR got top 4 at this very regional last year.
So we're looking at,
I think Salamence is one of the adjustments I expect to see.
Different leads from Alec here. Salamence and Xerneas.
Oh.
No longer a mirror. Xerneas and Smeargle. But still in a precarious position.
For who do you think it's for? Both?
Actually, I'm not sure yet.
I definitely like Paul's position a little bit more here. I think the Smeargle just being able to like fake out the Xerneas as his own Xerneas sets up.
But that Smeargle does have a lot of options here to protect his opponent's Xerneas from attacks.
I think he is fine with his Xerneas taking a hit here as long as the Xerneas is able to set up, because then it will be the fastest Pokemon in the field.
I think he can redirect the Double Edge, which he does not here.
I wonder if Paul doesn't have Fake Out. Ooh. Oh, but the Smeargle is just going to Dark Void here. It's not like Alec can knock it out. I respect that play.
But it does have an HP, even a Moonblast. If Alec is targeted down, it could finish it off.
Yeah.
Geomancy would be awful.
Moonblasting instead of making his own Geomancy is a little bit risky. Ooh, Dazzling.
Dazzling, that might not be
I don't think that's going to get it.
Nope.
Getting a Dark Void. We don't know if it hits both until after the animation.
And
the double hit.
Oh. Puts down the Xerneas, puts down the Salamence.
If Alec wants to shift in some Pokemon that are stronger against what Paul has on the field, it's going to be very costly for him to do so. I don't know if Paul would prefer to Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam here. Moonblast taking out the Xerneas, Dazzling chunking both. It's been a lot to follow me against 2 sleeping Pokemon.
Kind of an odd
switching.
An odd choice, considering that both Pokemon are guaranteed to sleep in this turn.
Well, I guess I think he had no reason not to blink Dark Void and see if Alec felt like switching.
That's another very good choice.
Did you see the Moody Boost that is this Moody Smeargle?
I did not see Moody Boost.
Smeargle wasn't here last game. Huh.
So, anyway, Alec brings in his Groudon, which, is a good way to... Its fire typing helping resist attacks from that Xerneas, and could take it out right here. And
yeah. Even Smeargle's Follow Me can't save the Xerneas from Precipice Blades. I feel like this Groudon is, pretty certainly faster than the Smeargle.
Yeah. Looks like Paul decides to bring that, bring it back to safety, and bring in a Salamence. That actually puts Groudon in a very threatening position if Xerneas protects here. Because that Salamence is faster than Groudon, and Xerneas alone could not take out.
I'm a little bit surprised that Paul didn't decide to protect his own Xerneas there. I thought he was going to try to protect it, save it from P-Blades, and then...
That would have been the safe play here. And Groudon does go for the same
Does it hit?
Precipice Blade
Good.
and takes out Xerneas there.
For Alec.
And that was a pretty good opportunity to get a clean Xerneas sweep there.
Oh, but this Nance is still in such a good position. Like, what he did cover the Xerneas waking up and deciding to Dazzling Gleam, I think, like, I like that play. Keeps the Salamence in good shape, and he really wants it to damage the Groudon. But, like, look at this. This is still a pretty great position for Paul.
Yeah, it's still very true. Alex is gonna have to work really hard to get out of it. Depending on what's in his back end.
Yeah, unfortunately for Alec, that Xerneas is almost certainly going to be Hyper Voice range, so Paul could do something like Brave Bird the Groudon and Hyper Voice to pick up a double knockout here.
That's, yeah. So we might be seeing Game 3 here.
Oh, yeah, I think Paul essentially has his locked up now. I think Alec probably has something like a Talonflame in the back that could Tailwind and try to shift it, but I don't think he can really
This is not a good chance for it to
No, not at all. No. Maybe, not even going to try protecting either of his Pokemon.
I mean, at this point, I would say his best bet would be cut his losses and avoid revealing any more information, but, you know, considering these identical teams, there's nothing more to reveal anyway.
I mean, I guess, like, the only thing that Paul gets to learn here is what's in the back. It's probably one of Talonflame and Smeargle. Oh, wait, did we see... Yes, Salamence went down. Maybe he was hoping the Xerneas could take a Hyper Voice and fire back a Dazzling Gleam.
Clearly not. So
yeah,
Alex
around
is 25%. His last stand Pokemon, Talonflame.
No big surprises.
3 other Pokemon which are in much better shape than it.
Hey, at least the Talonflame is at full health, you know, Balls isn't.
Alec forfeits Game 2, so we're seeing our Game 3 now. And this might be another regional win for Paul here.
Another.
He's won many games in the last year. He's no stranger to winning regionals.
Yeah, I don't know. He's picked up more seconds than he has firsts, though. Like, like Midwest regional was it?
You're right. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, he lost to, I don't remember the other guy, a bit of an upset there, to Wolf. Less of an upset, but both those very strong players at Lancaster.
Yeah. Anyway, our Game 3.
So I think
6 Pokemon, big
the
6.
first lead, we had the Mirror lead, and then I really liked the way that there was a Salamence switch. I think that gave one of the players a kind of decisive advantage. But the second game, I think Paul Chua just happened to get a better lead, and the game was almost decided just on that.
Yeah, it's...
If Alec had decided to move
was pretty devastating.
Yeah.
Pretty devastating now. And it could have been even worse if Paul had chosen to protect that Xerneas.
Let's try to pay attention and see if that's a Moody Smeargle or not. Well, yeah, with a lead like this, I wonder if the Smeargle even came.
So it looks like Paul is leaving Smeargle on the bench, at least for the lead this time. Bringing Salamence, double, and he's bringing the Xerneas and Salamence. I think this might be a better position for Alec here, because especially if Paul decides to Geomancy here, he probably knows better than leaving in to try for that.
I think the Geomancy actually, well, a double-edged into Fire Punch would knock it out, even though I don't think double-edged into Precipice Blades would. That's part of why Fire Punch is a respectable move on Groudon. Yeah, maybe Alec has a slight advantage here, but his Groudon is obviously intimidated. Unless he's Drake. Well, yeah, I guess I like this for Alec a little bit more. Wonder if the Nets are going to try and break through each other, just Hyper Voice to spread crazy damage. I forgot Hyper Voice does like 50% to opposing Mets.
That's true. Salamence does give Groudon a lot of trouble, so I think Alex will try to take Drake Meter right onto the Salamence.
I wonder if that Groudon has a Rock move, though. I've seen people use Rock Tomb. Rock Slide is bad, but people use that.
Alright, Paul goes first, gets off the Hyper Voice. Alex not going for the Draco Meteor. And
trying to
because
the
turn 1
Groudon is at -1, I forgot. I don't think it has a way to knock out Xerneas here. Like Alec would have had to devote to a double edge on that slot to actually pick up the knockout here. So barring crits, Xerneas is safe here.
That's true, and he would have to risk going into a double attacking into Xerneas to protect there.
Yeah.
So Paul being a little brave there.
Any crits? Any burns?
So Intimidate really doing a lot of work here, making sure that Xerneas survives here, and now Paul is in the position for another Xerneas sweep there.
So I feel like Alec probably has a talent flame, in fact, that he's going to attempt to use to
More than
snipe
likely.
the Xerneas.
I mean, we've seen Talonflame first 2 games so far.
Yeah, considering what he
both
led, I'm sure he brought it in background just as insurance against it. I think one of Paul's options there was switch out the Salamence into something like maybe his own Talonflame to quick guard the opposing one, but the thing about this is even if Talonflame comes in, the Mence is still in a pretty great position.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if these, well, I mean, Xerneas could protect here to try to preserve it, but he knows, Paul knows more than likely that's likely going to target the Salamence.
The Groudon into his own Xerneas? Maybe assuming a Draco Meteor, or maybe just accepting that it can take the Hyper Voice a little bit better than Groudon could. Talonflame opting Tailwind, but notice that Paul attacked here. The Xerneas is going to be getting off some big damage.
A Moonblast into the Xerneas slot.
Yeah, that probably could have taken out the Groudon. Yeah, definitely going to take out the Xerneas.
Another full power Hyper Voice.
Is Groudon going to Hyper Voice?
I don't think it's survive.
I don't think it matters. Just Golpe, critical.
No.
Maybe Alec could have stayed in that. Like if he had a rock move on Groudon, I think the chances were pretty slim, especially considering Paul probably does have his own Talonflame hanging in the back.
So it's Alex's Groudon in Tailwind versus the Whirl here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good. And no, he goes to the forfeit.
Out with all honorable Samurai forfeit as Paul wins the finals 2-1.